Hey, how's everyone doing out there? Peace in, peace in. Welcome to another episode of On the Cutting Room Floor. I'm the host, Tony Ray Harvey, and yes, we are podcasting from the southwest area of Sacramento, Greenhaven pocket area. So let's get into this. Sacramento Kings, they went on the road, 140-113 over the San Antonio Spurs. After a dismal loss last night, they bounced back, as the old cliche say. The Kings had four players that had 22 or more points in this win over the Spurs. DeMar DeRozan, he had 23 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, while Domantas Sabonis, he had 22 points, 16 rebounds, and 4 assists for the Kings. The Kings improved 11-13 on the season, and they bumped themselves back up to 500 as far as road victories. So they are 6-6 on the road. Julian Champagnie had 30 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist and 1 steal for the Spurs, who fall to 11-12 and 8-6 at Frost Bank Center. After the game, Malik Monk, we are not going to separate. We're not going to keep our heads down. That's what he said after the game. So, okay, a lot of things going on here. And just basically where I started at last night after the loss was a little different story with the bench unit. Kevin Huerter had 16 points off the bench, so he led the bench in bench scoring, and they ended up with here. Okay. Kevin Huerter led the bench in scoring. He had 16 points. Alex Lynn came in. He had 2 points. Keon Ellis, he had 3 points. Orlando Robinson got some action tonight. He had 5 points. Kobe Jones had 5 points. And Doug McDermott had 3 points. So tonight, there were other players from the bench that scored other than Kevin Huerter and Isaac Jones. Isaac Jones did not get a bucket tonight. He only played 7 minutes anyway. Still like his effort over the past few games. That's how it's going to be, being coached under Mike Brown. Mike Brown was looking for something else different tonight. And evidently he got it because Orlando Robinson started the second quarter. So got to give him some confidence too at the same time. But hey, still don't think Mike trusts his bench. But you got to do something because it was on the back-to-back. They lost last night and they had to play tonight, which kept those minutes down from the starters. Not one starter played over 34 minutes. And Malik Monk was the leader in that category. He played 33 minutes and 59 seconds tonight. Okay, and then after that, let me see who was there. Keegan played 33 minutes. DeMar played 32 minutes. De'Aaron played 32 minutes. De'Aaron had his new shoes come out today. They flying off the shelf, it looked like, which is a good thing. They even showed a clip of Stephen Curry wearing the shoes as well. And as we know, that's part of Stephen Curry's brand that De'Aaron Fox signed on to under Under Armour. So yeah, Kings, they get a win, 140-113 over the Spurs, who have already beat them twice this season. Looks good. That's how you do it. Victor Wembanyama did not play tonight. Zach Collins got to start, but he was ejected in the first half. He threw up a middle finger to one of the officials, and boom, you're out of here. So it made the game a much more manageable. Definitely want to see, these other guys, getting hot when these opposing team players get hot, start going on a run and start making it really, really crazy for Sacramento Kings. But hey, so the Kings, they get this win tomorrow. That'll be 2 games since the November 4th and 6th. And I believe who did they beat? Miami and Toronto. They beat Miami on the road, then they came home, and then they beat Toronto. This last time they had 2 wins string together. So we're looking forward to that. So yeah. So as I said, 4 players scored 22 or more points. The other players, of course, was Malik Monk. He had 22 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. And De'Aaron Fox, the other starter, 22 points, 4 rebounds, and 8 assists. The Kings recorded 33 assists tonight. As a matter of fact, they even did better shooting threes tonight. They were 16 of 34 shooting in three-point territory at 47.1%. Like to see that. Like to see that. And then in that case there, we have 1, 2, 3. At least 3 players with 3 or more trays. Matter of fact, Kevin Huerter was 4 for 4 beyond the arc tonight. So he was sharp shooting tonight. Hey, I know it's been really tough, these past few days, with these Kings, with these roller coaster emotions that's been happening, and that's mainly behind the wins, and that's mainly behind a lot of talk behind the Sacramento Kings fans, because they want to see their team do well. Of course, as a journalist, I want to see the team do well too. But I will repeat this a million times, as I said. I will praise you when you're doing good. I will criticize you when you're doing bad. That's the name of the game. That's part of the territory. Okay, so you can come home and feel good about yourself for the next 48 hours, because none of this stuff is a gimme. Get that W here in Sacramento on Sunday. Please do that. The Kings also shot pretty good from the floor overall. They were 51 of 90 shooting from the floor at 56.7%. That is a good shooting display that they put on tonight. I already mentioned the three-point thing that was going on. They even, got back to what they were doing at the beginning of the season as far as their free throws. They knocked down 22 or 24 from the charity stripe at 91.7%. Really good. Really good. And let's see, they pulled out 49 rebounds, 33 assists, 7 steals, and 5 blocks. Great effort. Great effort. That's the thing that we want to see, coming from the Sacramento Kings. Because it's not going to get any easier than this. It's not. You got to fight for everything that you want out here. You're 2 games under 500. You could be 1 game under 500 starting Sunday. So hopefully that will manifest itself. But only the Kings can do that. Oh, so it's been a pretty productive day for myself as well, doing things for California Black Media. And then I had an assignment for the Associated Press. Had to go to a press conference for the free agent signing of Louis Savarino, Louis Savarino, who played with the New York Mets last season. He signed a 3-year deal. I think it's worth around $67 million, as had been reported. So I went to that press conference today down to Sawyer in downtown Sacramento. So I didn't really get a chance to put together a lot of notes for the Kings game tonight, because that was in the mid-afternoon. But I was able to get home to, see the start tip-off. So, yeah, just another day in the life of Antonio Ray Harvey, also known as Tony Ray Harvey. Yes, once again, the Kings win 140-113. And they did it on the day that De'Aaron Fox released his shoes. The Fox won. It looks good, I'm definitely going to invest in a pair here pretty soon. And they're at a reasonable price, too. So you run out and get them. I mean, get your friends some, get your mom some, get your dad some, get your kids some, for the holiday season and stuff. So, yeah, looking forward to that. So, let's go to the recap here. Like I said, I wasn't able to put together a lot of notes, but of course I was recapping every quarter. So the Spurs led 32-19 on the basket by Chris Paul in the first quarter. The Kings surged back on a 12-1 run to end the frame 33-33. Champagnie scored the Spurs' first 11 points, and he ended up with 13 points in that quarter. In the second quarter, that's when we seen another move by Sacramento Kings coach Mike Brown. He inserted Orlando Robinson into the game. He started the second quarter, which is good. Let them get a feel for it. And all I can say, if they can, be productive in whatever area that need be when they come off the bench, the best part about it, it suppresses those heavy minutes that the starters have been playing. And tonight that was done. And as I said, it pretty much had to be done because they were on a back-to-back. So we didn't want to expend too much energy from the starters when the reserves could come in and do something. They got to be in the same mind frame to be productive as well when they step out on that floor. Otherwise, might go and yank you, and you may not see the floor again for another 2, 3, 10 games. So that was pretty good. Oh, yeah. So in the second quarter, at the 9:07 mark, Sean Collins was ejected after giving the referee, a finger. I shouldn't be doing that too. Yes. But anyway, the Kings went up 57-45 on a basket by Kevin Huerter midway through the second. And they led 69-59 at the half. 69-59 at the half. So you knew they was going to have a good scoring drought. So they scored 69 points in the first half, 71 points in the second half, to get this victory. Okay, DeMar DeRozan, he made all 6 of his free throws in that second quarter, as well as Domantas Sabonis. He was 7 for 7 in that first half. So that helps out. You get on a good start, and toward the end of the game, if there's any differences there as far as points, look like you would get the advantage. But that wasn't needed tonight. But you do need to make your free throws. We do want to see that. Okay. The Kings were 23 of 41 shooting from the floor at 56.1%. And they were 7 for 17 in three-point territory at 41.2%. So it's pretty much a balance on both quarters as far as the shooting and shooting percentages. Keon Ellis, Alex Lynn, and Orlando Robinson scored in the first half. Those were 3 players other than Isaac Jones and Kevin Huerter who have scored in the last 3 games. No one else but those 2, Huerter and Jones, scored in those last 2 games. Tonight, that was a little bit different. So I'd like to see that too, because they only scored 15 points between the 2 of them, Huerter and Jones, and of course, they lost the game. And they scored 25 points combined the other night, and they won the game. So, and that was against the Oklahoma City Thunder. So, moving on to the third quarter, the Spurs, they cut the lead 74-71 on a three-pointer by Stephon Castle. Then the Kings go on a 19-4 run to make the score 96-98 on a three-point play by Malik Monk. Kings led 186 at the end of the third quarter. And a lot of that run was produced by Monk and Domantas Sabonis on that run. Okay, in the fourth quarter, the Kings built up a 111-89 lead on a three-point play by De'Aaron Fox early in the fourth quarter. The Spurs never really got closer to 15 points after that. And as we can see, the final result was 113 in favor of the Sacramento Kings. So that's how it went down tonight at the Frost Bank Center in San Antonio, Texas. So, hey, it's always a relief when they get a win, but it doesn't stop right there, because this has to be a distant memory too in the next 48 hours, and so they can get focused on this next game in Sacramento on Sunday. Definitely looking forward to that. So 11-13 on 24 games. Let's see. So they're what? They done won 2 games, and they done won 2 games and lost 2 games in this 5-game increment. So if they get the other one, they'll be 3-2. Then I'll make another assessment as far as where this team going and where they want to be. Where they want to be. least in the Western Conference. I don't think they gained ground on San Antonio, which was one game ahead of them and one slot ahead of them in the Western Conference standing. So let's see what happens. Now I think San Antonio is just a half game up on the Kings. So, hey, it all comes down to togetherness, and I think that was pretty much explained by Malik Monk after the game. He was talking to Kyle Draper in the game. So let's see what happens. If they stay together, they win ball games. Because one thing that I do notice after these practices, when they come and talk to the press, they're not edgy or anything. They're not disappointed. They're not upset. Of course, they do want to win, but they go about their jobs. Why? Because they are professional basketball players, and we expect that out of them too. But Sacramento Kings fans do expect them to win as well. So can't do anything but help for the best. Want to thank you for tuning in for another episode of On the Cutting Room Floor. Please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. I don't care if it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 people that I get to talk to. I appreciate you stopping in. Appreciate you stopping in. And it's only going to get better too, I know, as far as the issues that I had last season with the audio and sometimes with the video footage and stuff. But all I can say is I'm going to get better and better at this, and I'm going to keep providing digitalized commentary, and to the end of time. But anyway, once again, thanks for stopping in. It's time for me to sound off, close out, get out of here so I get ready for the next 48 hours. But I will talk to you again in the future after the next road game. Peace and love and solidarity. I'm out.